final previous writer actually has a very warm place in my heart. So the 2004 was actually the first year that we did the Momaya competition. And it was actually the only year in which the judges were unanimous in what the first place story should be. And Andy and Kay, who've been around for a couple of years now, know that it's usually a bit of there are differing opinions. And it was amazing because it was the first year and everybody sat down and they said this story should be the first place winner. And what was brilliant about Deborah's story as well is that I think it was one of the first stories she's ever written. And I will let Deborah tell us a bit more about that. But a warm welcome.
Yes, it was one of the first stories I'd ever submitted, but I've always written, since I was physically capable of it, and I think I always will. When Manisha said to say some encouraging words, I thought, I'm not sure how encouraging this is going to be to anyone, because I've hardly been productive since 2004. Some other stuff, really nice stuff, has somewhat got in the way. But I've continued to write short stories, in the 2004 equivalent evening to this, so I had the story that Manisha was just talking about, and I also had, the theme was food, wasn't it? Yeah. I also had a funny story about food, which Fran, who's here this evening, performed for everybody. And I can honestly say that was it was then and is now a high spot in my life, because particularly if you're trying to write things that are funny, I think it's really hard to know if they are. And hearing it performed so well and getting a response to it was just fantastic. So I've continued to write short stories. I've done the long haul of plotting out and writing half of a comic novel. I don't know if it'll ever see the light. And I've become even more of a miniaturist, actually, writing sonnets and rhyme royal. Not a lot of publishing track record, just a little bit with that. Just as the others have said, it's a really important boost to one's confidence to get this sort of exposure and contact. And I think that apparently when you're rock climbing or mountain climbing, you have these piton, and the last piton, you're never going to go below that level. That's where you're going to rest your foot. So you're kind of always sort of on the up. And for me, the experience in 2004 with Manisha and Momaya Press has kind of got me somewhere, and it'll always be that way. So I'm very, very grateful. Thank you.